Now, here we obtained the expression for electric field at the general point due to the electric dipole. Now, see the dipole, that is minus q, and here it is the plus q. And the dipole moment, that dipole moment from negative to positive, the dipole moment that represented by the p vector. P vector, that is the dipole moment. This is the relation. Now we know that the dipole moment is given as that dipole moment P vector is equal to Q into 2a vector. That is in vector. And in magnitude it is represented as P is equal to Q into 2. We know that the direction of the dipole moment, electric dipole moment, is from negative to the positive, and the direction is given here like this, from negative to positive. Suppose any general point is here at the r distance from the center of the dipole, that O is the center of the dipole, and this is the r distance, that the general point is here. This one is the distance r. Let the point be the small p. Here we use the dipole moment capital P, here it is the small p. That is the point, general point outside the dipole. That point has the location of distance r, to the angle theta. So we write the r and the theta, that is the location of the point P, location of the where we calculate the electric field, point P where we calculate the electric field. Now we have a vector, that P is the vector. So dipole moment is a vector. We resolve this vector into its component. One component is radial component, another is the transverse component. Now this P vector is resolved, that is along the radial component. See, it is the radial component of P vector, and radial component like this, and the transverse component of this P vector is here, it is the transverse component. So for the P vector to be radial component is equal to P cos theta, and for the transverse component, that is the PT, is equal to P sin theta. What we have done, that we resolve the vector, dipole moment vector, into its component. Why so? It is quite clear that radial component for the P point, for the radial component is the axial point on the axial line. The point lie on the axial line due to the radial component of dipole moment. And this P point become the at the equatorial line for the transverse component of the dipole moment. That's why we resolve the dipole moment into two components, one along the radial to that of the point, and one along this, that is the direction here, transverse component. Now the P point, which is axial point for the, or we can say that the P point lie on the axial line of the radial component. So the electric field in an axial line or axial point is always along the direction of the dipole moment, and the dipole moment is the radial component. So here we will write the electric field E1 vector. Let the point P is here and Q is the point where the electric field is moving. And for the transverse component, the electric field, the line is the equatorial line for the P point. So the electric field is always opposite to the dipole moment, so it is opposite to that of the dipole moment. The transverse component of dipole moment that is here, and the electric field is opposite to that of the, and let it be the E2. Now the resultant of this two vector that is the resultant is like this. This is the resultant vector that will give the electric field direction here of from the baseline, from the axial line, and that is the alpha angle. So this is the arrangement. Now P to Q and here P to R. Let the point be the here R point, and it is the electric field E2 vector. So this is the arrangement. Now we have to calculate the electric field at the general point and also the direction here. For that, the magnitude. So here E1 and E2 are the electric field strength due to radial and transversal component of electric dipole moment. That means E1 is the axial value and E2 is the equatorial value. So we will write here that E1 is vector is equal to, here we will use the case of the axial. One more thing we must know, that this dipole is the short electric dipole. That means the value of the distance is what we consider A here and A here. That A is very less as compared to that of the distance of the P point where we are going to calculate the electric field. That means R is much greater than A. This is the condition for the short electric dipole. Now, so E1 is the axial value of the electric field. So it is the 2K. In place of the P, we will write the P cos theta. So it is the 2K P cos theta by, here it is the R cube. This one is E1, but the vector is given, that means its direction is along PQ. So it is the along PQ. This is the direction. Now similarly, E2 vector is equal to, now it is the equatorial field at the equatorial point. So it is K, in place of the P, we will write the P sin theta. So it is P sin theta by R cube, and the direction is, that is the P cube against the dipole moment. So along P, along here it is the P, this one is the PR. So that represent the vector for the axial and for the equatorial. Now the resultant of the two vectors of electric field E1 and E2. The net electric field magnitude of E1 vector and E2 vector. So here the resultant of the magnitude of E1 and E2. Resultant electric field at point P. So we will write the electric field E, resultant, that is the root under, now E1 vector square plus E2 square. Here these two vectors are making the angle of 90 degree here between the two vectors, and we know that the theta is equal to the angle between these two angle between E1 vector and E2 vector is equal to 90 degree. That is, this means cos of the 90 degree is equal to 0. So the cos factor, which is a next value of this, we will remove that cos factor from here. Now just substitute the value of E1 and E2 here. The electric field E is equal to, here root under 2k p cos theta by r cube whole square plus, now it is for the E2, that is the kp sin theta by r square, r cube whole square. Here also the whole square. This is the value. Now electric field, for that just see here value of the electric field, strength at point P. Value of the electric field is strength at point P. It is the magnitude here, that E is equal to, in place of this, the common factor we take out. Here also the k square, p square in both the case, and r to the power 6. We take out all this from the root. So we have the kp by r cube by into, that is the 4 cos square theta, and here it is the sin square theta plus sin square theta. This is the magnitude value of the electric field at the general point P. So it is E is equal to kp r cube, and this one we will write in the way 4 cos square theta plus, in place of the sin square we will use the 1 minus cos square theta. It is the trigonometrical relation. So that is, from this cos square theta 1 will be subtracted from the above. It is the kp by r cube. This one is the 1 plus, either you write the 1 plus 3 cos square theta or 3 cos square theta plus 1, all the same, it will give the magnitude value of the electric field at the point P. The magnitude, this is the, it will be the equation number 1. So it will, equation 1 gives the magnitude of electric field, strength at point P, that is general point. Now for the direction, see, for the direction, here it is, this one for the magnitude, the direction of E vector, that is the electric field strength at point P. Electric field strength at point P, that is the general point which we consider here. So that the angle is the alpha angle from the baseline. So it is the tan of alpha is equal to, it is E2 by E1. Now we know the value of E2 and E1, so just substitute tan of the alpha is equal to in place of this E2 lie at the equatorial, Kp, here it is the sin theta by twice Kp by r cube to twice Kp cos theta by r cube. Again we cancel the common character, so we have tan of the alpha is equal to half tan theta, half into sin theta by cos theta, or we write it as half tan theta, that is half tan theta. Look here, this is equal to half tan theta. Now for the angle which will give the direction of the electric field, that angle we will write here alpha. Angle is equal to tan inverse of half tan theta. So this will give the direction for the field strength at point P. So we have calculate the electric field at the general point with their magnitude value and the direction. In the next video, in the next class, we will see the value of the chart or motion of the chart in an uniform electric